pages 35 and 36. Reptiles. Reptiles are another class of animals in the phylum Chordata. Remember, that's the group of animals that have a spinal cord or a backbone. They breathe air and have backbones, like mammals and birds. But reptiles are covered with scales or plates and are cold-blooded. This means they can't make their own body heat, so they can't move when it's cold. Crocodiles, snakes, and turtles are all reptiles. Words to know. Membrane. The thin, flexible layer inside an eggshell. Well, we learned about that on page 34. Albumin. The clear, slimy substance inside an egg around the yolk. We learned about that on page 34 too. Chalaza. The anchors that hold the yolk suspended in the egg in the albumin. We learned about that on page 34. Incubate. To keep a developing egg warm. Also on page 34. Reptile eggs. Like bird eggs, reptile eggs have a membrane, white yolk, and chalaza. They can be hard like birds' eggs or tough and leathery. Some reptiles lay their eggs and leave them, while others guard their eggs. Crocodiles will help their young hatch, gently easing them out of their shells. All turtles, tortoises, and crocodiles lay eggs. So do many snakes and lizards, like iguanas and geckos. But not all reptiles lay eggs. Some kinds of lizards, chameleons, and snakes give birth to live young. Inside the mom, they are attached to a yolk and surrounded by a clear membrane. When they're born, they have to break out of that membrane. Amphibian eggs. Amphibians lay their eggs outside of their body, and then they usually don't have anything else to do with them. The eggs are small, jelly-like masses with a tiny dark spot that is the developing baby. Amphibian eggs are laid in large numbers, all clumped together. Sometimes they look like a foamy blob. The babies inside develop into tadpoles. When they're ready, they squirm out into the water. The yolk that was left over is attached to their body like a big belly. Tadpoles eat the yolk until it's gone. My mom had 200 babies. Why do some animals like frogs, mice, and insects have so many babies at one time? It's because these organisms have a lot of predators. What would happen if a mouse only had 1 or 2 babies and a hawk came along and grabbed them both? Very soon, there would be almost no mice left. Plants produce many seeds at once because some seeds get eaten, and some seeds might not land where they can grow. In order to keep species going, some plants and animals have to produce dozens or even millions of offspring, spores, or seeds every year. Your question for this is, what are reptile eggs compared to on page 35? So right here, under reptile eggs, in the first sentence, we have compared reptile eggs to a different type of egg. Was it a bird's egg, fish eggs, or human eggs? It's in that first sentence right here.